So let's begin with your name.
Leah Matsil. I'm from New Jersey.
Okay, and let's get a little bit of background on you. Briefly describe how you make money in real estate and how long you have been doing it.
Well, I am very new to real estate in general, and I actually don't own any properties yet, so I'm not sure that that's a fair assessment for these purposes. But I guess I could tell you that previously I had always been a W-2 employee and kind of went on a different path to find ways to invest for myself, and always had a lot of interest in real estate. And one of the first things, having a financial background, one of my first areas of interest was making sure I had things set up properly in a legal spectrum. Also figuring that I would really only want to work with an attorney group that had that specific experience, and particularly, hopefully, if the attorneys themselves were investors. So I really have broadened my spectrum from having all of my personal finances really managed by an outside manager to looking to handle it on my own, and a very new perspective.
So what were you doing before you engaged with Royal Legal?
I was in investment banking, actually. Earlier in my career, I worked on Wall Street, more recently for a large bank, in between some smaller investment banks, various areas within lending and such. So that background seems to lend itself well to being an investor on your own, but the truth is that you really, finance is so broad that you don't necessarily have the same experience of trying to lend to a large corporate borrower versus managing your own investments. So
yeah. So what do you think the impact of working with Royal Legal has been like?
Well, I would say that it's been excellent as far as learning and backgrounds and meeting a network of other individuals. For certain, Royal Legal is the team that I would go to. I trust them. I see other clients of theirs very involved in the various weekly seminars that they have, webcasts, and the group has kind of been a lifeline to me as I make this transition in my life from being a W-2 employee to doing things on my own, even from just a perspective of having people to network with that are like-minded and have that kind of expertise, but also are willing to share their experiences, have varied backgrounds. Some, own their own business, others are purely investors. So it's been really good to have people to speak to and collaborate with.
Okay. And where did you first hear about Royal Legal?
I found them through an internet search. Really, that was it. And I started to go through their website, which is very deep and detailed, and there's a lot of educational information on there. I did have an initial consultation with one of the, one of their staff, and I'm really just waiting to have an investment so that I can set up their system. But
yeah, what were you searching for?
I wanted to find a firm where the focus was real estate, but also it seemed like the employees of the firm actually owned real estate and had their own experiences to go off of. So there's people who had a track record.
So that track record was the deciding factor.
Yes, I definitely thought that in general, their website is very highly developed, and you can see that it's truly client focused and education focused, and looking at the broad spectrum of ways to support their clients and ways to really sort of further the industry from the perspective of being a legal provider to real estate.
Okay. So why did you decide to do business with Royal Legal?
I haven't yet used them for any specific, setup,
Okay.
legal framework.
Mhm.
It's definitely part of my goals, for sure.
But do you feel like you have gotten any value since you joined?
Well, I'm part of the weekly seminars and the Royal Life group, so it's been extremely useful in just sort of goal setting and breaking things down into realistic bites and coming up with ways to measure your performance and progress, meeting like-minded individuals with a spectrum of experience, and just coming up with a system that works, as well as this nice network that's very supportive. And
yeah. So you would say the network and the weekly meetings are where you get the most value right now?
yes, right now I would say for sure the weekly meetings are excellent. There's the Royal Life, which is kind of goal setting and looking at your broader perspective. And I sometimes listen in on the tax calls and the regular real estate investing calls, it's a great combination of hearing from speakers and also networking within a community of like-minded individuals. And then, there's the Discord channel, so you can further the discussions or make other connections with people.
Awesome. Okay. So how likely are you to recommend Royal Legal to others?
10 of 10.
Oh, really?
100%.
That's amazing.
Yes. Yeah. It's a very impressive group of people. It's not just that they have a lot of excellence and expertise. They're kind, decent people. You definitely get an instant sense that these are trustworthy people who really care about their clients personally.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have anything else that you would like to add to this, or?
Well, I think that as far as the Royal Life group goes, I think that it's excellent that there's kind of the full spectrum of meeting opportunities to discuss, your group sort of weekly strategy, and as well as going through your own personal questions, opportunities to connect with others and network. I think down the road, potentially, there'll be even opportunities maybe to invest with other people. Just, it's a very collaborative environment, and that people have an opportunity to get to know each other. And there's a lot of depth to having live meetings and a Discord channel, opportunities to ask questions, and also hear speakers.
All right.
So.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, great.